Welcome guys to G35 sound deadening part 2. We're gonna be sound deadening the trunk today, and I got my boy David. We're gonna be installing the sound deadening material in the trunk. So let's get started. So if you're as messy as I am, you had to take out everything from your trunk and put it outside. Now we're gonna take out this nice little mesh material, carpeting material, take out the bottom portion of this, take out the tires, take out all this, take it all off. Take it all off, David. Took off everything, all the carpeting. We've got the tire in there. We've got the side little panels. And for side little panels, one tip, there's gonna be a bolt right here, and it's gonna be a 10mm, so you don't have to waste your time trying to find it. 10 mil right here as well. And that's gonna help out just taking it off quicker. Next step is to clean everything here. Make sure you get like a microfiber rag. I'm gonna get this rag right here. Put some cleaner on here. You can use the greaser. You're just trying to get all the gunk off and try to make it to where the product adheres to it correctly. The product I'm gonna be using is Chemical Guys Nonsense Invisible Super Cleaner. So I'm gonna give a couple sprays right here. You know, pat it all down, make sure it's dry, make sure it's clean, and that should do the trick. I have the panels just test fitting. That's just 2 panels right there. And I still have a whole box. That was the leftovers from last video. So to use it, you peel this back, and then it has a sticky side. Just kind of mold it into shape. You guys remember my hack from last time? You put the scissors on like this so that you can push on the material. The material has this kind of diamond-like shape. Ideally, you want it to be flat, and you don't want that shape to stay once you're done. We are officially done with the trunk of the G35. First couple things to note, I could not get all the material in that crack right there because 1, I didn't buy enough. 2, it would just be too hard to try and clean it. It's super clean and everything, so I just kind of left that part alone. I got this side though. This side was no problem. As you can see, it covered pretty much the whole trunk. I got all the big portions of it. This is nice and thick, so I didn't want to, you know, put anything on these right here. That's gonna be probably a good chunk of your material that you're gonna use right here. So now it's time to put it together, and let's see if it makes a difference. Right, David? Right. All right guys, now that we're done putting back everything, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna drive for a couple days. I'm gonna give you guys a very in-depth review of how it feels afterwards. Part 1 of the sound deadening for the G35, I realized that the sound wasn't really that dramatic of a change. Mixing the bottom of the seat, having sound deadening, and the trunk should give a pretty significant difference. I'm gonna give you a review about it once I test it for a couple days, and then from there I'll let you guys know if I recommend it, doing just the seat or just the trunk, or doing both. Altogether, I think it was like $45 for both, to do both the back, the trunk, and the back seats. So it's not too expensive. So if you wanted to try it out, you could, but I'll give you guys a review in a couple days. So I'll see you guys in a couple days.
3 weeks later.
Alright guys, so it has been a couple weeks, and I'm gonna give you guys the full review on the G35, how it sounds in comparison to before. I'm gonna let you guys know how it is to drive it now with the basically 2-part system. I did the bottom seats, and those took very minimal time. So I'd give it like a 10% decrease in sound of drone and just exhaust and road noise in general. From 1000 to 2000 RPM, it decreased the sound of the road noise, and it made it more bearable to drive. So you definitely do hear a difference with just the bottom seats. When I did the trunk, I noticed a bigger difference, 15% decrease in sound and drone, already stacking up to the 10% of the bottom of the seats. You can definitely get by doing that without having to go and buy a resonator and get it installed and have to research what resonator to get. You can do a muffler delete, which is the quickest thing, cheapest thing for an exhaust if you want to go loud, and then if you want to do sound deadening, you can do that. Again, from 1000 to 2000 RPM, it killed so much of the road noise, so much of little rocks and stuff that would hit, and a lot of, you know, a lot of rattle too, and the trunk rattles quite a bit. So if you guys have any concerns, any questions, leave them down below. I'll be sure to answer them. And yeah, that'll be all for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.